here with the weather.
And I have everything crossed for Andy as well. And this morning, it's a beautiful start to the day here at Wimbledon, but there is a lot of cloud around and also some patchy rain. And we could see some of that later on. And Sally and I will be back with some more later on as well.
Maybe with umbrellas.
Morning, look at the view behind me. Isn't it gorgeous? We had the most stunning sunrise here this morning at Wimbledon, and it's pleasantly warm already. Now, of course, Wimbledon's all about the tennis, and each year 52,000 tennis balls are used, and the optimum temperature for them to be stored at is 20 Celsius. And spookily, that is likely to be the maximum temperature here at Wimbledon as we go through the course of the day. The other thing, Centre Court, of course, has its roof now, but all the other courts have covers and have done so since 1971. Well, the chances are that today we're likely to be using some of those covers because the forecast for Wimbledon is going downhill a little bit. So this morning at Wimbledon, it's beautiful, but it's going to continue to cloud over. We've just got light winds. By the afternoon, we still will have all this cloud cover, but there is the chance of some patchy light rain or some drizzle. It's been lovely, hasn't it, Charlie? Even now, the temperature is resting around about 15 degrees. Our top temperature at Wimbledon today will be about 20, but it's worth mentioning the pollen levels today because they're high across southern counties of England and also around the Manchester area. For most of us, they're just moderate, and for eastern Scotland they are low. But of course there's a lot of grass being cut at Wimbledon, and here too the grass pollen is what's prevalent, as it is everywhere at the moment, so bear that in mind if you're just stepping out. Now, talking of the weather for Wimbledon, it's a beautiful start. We've got some blue skies, quite a bit of cloud, and if anything through the morning the cloud is going to continue to build. Good morning from Wimbledon. It was an exciting day yesterday, wasn't it, Sally?
It was, but are you ready for the agony of Andy? Andy Murray begins his Wimbledon campaign later on, possibly this evening.
And the weather is not too bad actually. It's going to cloud over through the day. There could be a bit of drizzle here later on, and that's more or less the forecast for many of us. But we'll be back with more later on. It is lovely here at Wimbledon this morning. It's pleasantly warm, the sun is out, and look what I'm surrounded by. This beautiful avenue of flowers. The hanging baskets, of course, in the Wimbledon colours. We've got the green, the white and the purple, and you can see the darkened windows behind me. That's where lovely Sue Barker will be later on, and of course you can see full coverage of Wimbledon on BBC One and BBC Two and other BBC platforms as well throughout the course of the day. Now, through the day here at Wimbledon, you'll notice the weather will change. It's lovely at the moment, but the cloud is going to continue to build through the morning, and through the afternoon we could well see some patchy light drizzle, and it will be the same through the evening, rather cloudy, but we're looking at just light winds. From Centre Court here in Wimbledon, it's going to be quite tense here later on, Sally.
It is. Are you ready for the agony of Andy? Andy Murray starts his Wimbledon campaign right here on Centre Court this evening.
And the weather's not looking too bad. The cloud's going to continue to build as we go through the course of the day with some light and patchy rain, and that's more or less the forecast for all of us. But we'll be back with more later on.
See you then.
Thanks. Gorgeous. This is Rufus the Harris Hawk, and he's here with his trainer and owner, Wayne Davis. Wayne, you and Rufus have been coming here for as long as I remember, at least the last 12 years anyway.
Yeah, we started in the year 2000. We've been coming every year since. But we're here to scare off all the pigeons. As you can see, it's a giant pigeon roost. They all start to roost under the girder. Oh, sorry, Rufus. And what we do, we just bring them in early in the morning, about 5:30, nearly as early as yourself. And we let them go, and we patrol the place before, and we finish at 10:30. So every day we're in action with a hawk flying round and round. He circles up, and oh, it's beautiful. I love it. So it's really good fun.
Now, he is a Harris Hawk, but he's still a bird of prey. So
Centre Court here, and whoa. Rufus, hang on. Hold on a minute. That's it. He's okay.
He's having a stop. Typical man.
Yeah.
This time of the day. So tell me, how do you train him?
It's essentially, it was getting the bird used to it. It's an old falconry term called manning, which is essentially spending hours and hours and hours with him, because it was a wild bird. It was bred in captivity, but he had never seen anyone before. And then when it's eventually, it sort of thinks, oh, he's not that bad, and then we introduce food. So once the bird's used to you, which takes quite a while actually, there's a probably, you set up all night, there's a process called waking, which means you...
He's absolutely gorgeous, Wayne. I'm going to let him go because I've got to do the weather, but thank you very much. Woo! Oh my goodness. Thank you very much. Wayne, I mean not Wayne, Rufus, I get so confused, is absolutely gorgeous. Wasn't he well behaved? Now this morning the weather's pretty well behaved as well. It's nice and quiet, the sun is out, but it's not necessarily going to stay like that. In fact, through the course of the morning the cloud is going to build, and by the afternoon we could well have some light and patchy drizzle, and it's still going to be fairly cloudy even into the evening, but with just light winds. You know,
So-
it was fabulous having Rufus on my arm, but I must say I'm still shaking.
If you pop your arm back out now, Carol, is he going to miraculously reappear? Can you try?
I haven't got any food, Charlie. I don't think he will. I think,
put
I
the
think
glove
he's long
on, though.
gone, actually.
Oh, he's gone.
Oh, thank you. Oh, no, he's not coming. I don't know if you heard all that flapping and the bell ringing in the background. He was getting ready. I'm not that brave.
It's like something from the birds, isn't it?
It is. It's Tippy Hedren.
I've set Sally a challenge. She was talking to Tim just a few minutes ago about what this young man was doing with his mop. He's left his mop and bucket there. Sally's going to find out, so maybe that's where he is at the moment. And as you can hear, the lawnmower's on as well. The grass has been cut. Worth mentioning that grass pollen levels are high today across southern England and also the Manchester area. For most of us, they're moderate, apart from in the east of Scotland where they're also low. Now the weather at the moment is cracking. It's lovely and sunny, it's warm, but as we go through the course of the morning and into the afternoon, the cloud is going to continue to build, and in fact through the afternoon we could see some light and also some patchy rain, but just light winds, and it will also feel quite humid as we go through the day. Now I wonder if Sally's managed to find out about the mop. Sally, any luck?
Yeah, I've been doing some investigating, and I'm really sorry, but I think I frightened him away. The man who was doing the mop, he's gone. He's completely disappeared. I don't know why that is. Anyway, I can tell you what it is. They are removing bits of titanium oxide from the core, which is the thing that they use to put the white lines on. Apparently, in some lights on television, the mower will pick up bits of the paint and it will spread around the court, and it will be a little bit distracting on TV. So what they're doing is they're basically just mopping it all away. I mean, how meticulous is
I
that?
know.
They work so... Oh, they're back. They work so hard, don't they, on this particular
Yes.
court from the crack of dawn, and I have to say
And it looks fabulous, doesn't
fabulous.
it? But I
Yeah.
have to say too, Sally, titanium oxide is not something you hear very often mentioned on breakfast television.
I just thought it was white paint.
So did I, actually. Susanna and Charlie, any thoughts?
No, that's what I thought it was. When I first saw him doing that, I thought it was linked to titanium oxide, but I just didn't like to say in case.
Yeah, we believe you, Charlie.
All right. Have a lovely day. Lovely.
Thank you, you too.
Beautiful weather.